Hey, peace, what's good? My name is Silver Fox. I'm from Fantasy 3, era 1983 through 84 with Charlie Rock and Larry D. Well, back in the 70s, this was actually 70, 75, 77. I went to Alaska, and when I came back from Alaska, the hip hop had exploded. And on my block, I'm from Grant Projects, which is on 125th in Amsterdam, in Manhattan. And on my block, it's like there was the Fearless Four, which was Tito and Peso, Mighty Mike C, and Crazy Eddie, OC. So the Fearless Four actually were the first group that I saw doing this, and it made me really want to do it. And plus, bear in mind, I'm from Harlem, so I'm on 125th Street. I'm surrounded by Dougie Fresh, the Fearless Four, Treacherous Three, and then of course in Harlem we got the Crash Crew, and it's like, so I had to be influenced by it. I had no other choice, you know what I mean? I went to Columbia University and saw DJ Hollywood, Eddie Chiba and the Chiba Crew, amongst others. It was a whole bunch of people, man. And they had Bruce Lee on the screen, and they were DJing, cutting, and had Bruce Lee with the nunchucks, man. And it was madness. I looked at this, and the whole place was just fun. There were people from the college, from Columbia there. There were people, just teenagers there. It was beautiful, man. And that made a major impact on me. And big up to DJ Hollywood, because I'm telling you, that DJ there, he's like, the crowd was chanting, "Who does it good? Hollywood, and they say something back, and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know the word. I wasn't down with it. I was gone. I just got back from Alaska. And I'm like, and my man Kev Ski, Big Kev from Grant, he brought me over there. He took me around the places. Well, what I actually did was, I was like, Tito would actually help me out. Devastating Tito, we call him, from the Field 4. I was in the perambulator room, of what we call the perambulator room, in the projects, in Grant. You know what I mean? And we would practice, and he helped me practice, and I started writing. And then I went around to spots. I went around to different block parties, because there were block parties all over the place. And since people knew me, they let me get on. Hey. And I'm like, yeah, put me on, man, put me on. So, if I sound corny, you can just cut me off. So, they was liking it. They was digging it. And then I found a spot on 113th Street called Joe Grant's. And it was an after-hour spot with nothing but scramblers, people that hustle and so forth. It's only open till it's open till early in the morning, but it don't open till maybe 1 o'clock. You know what I mean? So it's like in there, this guy, Rudy, DJ Rudy Roo, he let me get on the mic. I told him, yo, let me get on there, man. If I'm corny, blah, blah, blah. Next thing I know, I was on there every week. And every week I'm practicing, honing my skills, you know what I mean? And it's like, so after a while, the word got out. And the place was getting packed and more packed. Now, this is a after-hour spot. Nobody was supposed to know about the spot. Next thing you know, it's blowing up. Me and my man Kev, he took me everywhere, man. Everywhere I needed to go, and I would just go places and battle people. I mean, and after a while, they knew who I was. They was like, "Who is this guy?" And then I had to come up with a name. At first, I was Reggie Reg, because my name is Reggie. But then I found out there was another Reggie Reg that's in Crash Crew, where Spoonie brought that to my attention. Thank you, Spoonie G. Rolled up on me and said, "Hey man, you can't be Reggie Reg. There already is one." So I just became Silver Fox. I seen the difference. I seen that things could be done a little differently, and also that was from Tito, because Tito him, Tito, and a few other people. Special K from Treacherous 3. They would talk to me, and they were so articulate that there were different styles and philosophies in hip hop. Hip hop became, well, we would sit and talk about it. So I decided, I was like, okay, I want to do other stuff in hip hop. I can't stick to yes, yes, sure, and you don't stop. I can't see me writing that. I could see me doing a run-on sentence, I'm going, man, I got something where every word is a run-on. Like I got this story I must relay. Happened to me on a Monday, sitting alone in a cafe in a pretty late day. She came my way. She said, you want to share a little money? I said, I don't mind. It would be okay. She grabbed my hand, walked to a Chevrolet, stepped inside and we drove away. She said, my name's Faye, got a sister named Kay. Haven't had a man for a couple of days. I said, don't display any dismay because I could do it good without delay. It's like, and it goes on, but that's like the run-on sentence. And I study haiku, so I know about, 5-7-5, which is the structure of it in haiku. And you could put haiku on top of a beat. And then next thing I know, I'm like, man, I know how to breathe. And it became liquid. It became fluid. And this is what I love about hip hop. And it's like I was doing this stuff unconsciously. Like I didn't even know I was doing it, but people was telling me, yo, man, do you know what you just did and what you said and how you said it? I'm like, nah, man, I just write it and boom. It's like, well, I think about it, like and a lot of times while I was walking, I'm thinking I have a beat in my head, which later became It's Your Rock, which was the beat that's in my head. But I'm walking to this and I keep thinking on rhymes. I keep thinking on new stuff and different ways of saying it and put laughter in it and be like, yeah, but and I laugh at it like, blast at it like, So it's like I started doing all this other stuff. And then people were actually paying attention to it. And it's like Tito actually said, hey man, I got two guys I know that want to form a group. He's like, I know you don't have a group, and they ready to go in the studio, do some recording, boom. So I'm like, yeah, all right, well, let me meet the guys. When I met them, I started talking with them, talk with Charlie, talk with Larry D. And I said, okay, let's do it. So we became a group like that. And the thing about us becoming a group was that we didn't really know each other, So we got to set that right there, that we didn't know each other. We came together to form a group. And it was Charlie and Larry, they were friends with each other. So, they were looking for a third party or somebody that could make the group, make it viable. You know what I mean? And I was the only one that was an MC, because I've been doing it already, like for years before the 80s. It started in 76, 77, 78, 79. So I was doing this before the record came out. I was already, doing my thing and established that it underground. So, but I thought it would be beneficial to all of us too. The best thing that I could remember was when I was battling with G-Rap, Kool G Rap. and it's like, this is before Kool G Rap even made it's a demo or anything like that. But we was in Joe Grant's and we was battling each other, and it was like, blah, blah. And he told me the next day, he told me he took his book and threw it away, and he gonna start it from scratch. And that became Kool G Rap. I'm like, and we are multi-syllabic creatures, and it's like, and even with Fantasy 3, like the best thing with us when we did the Roxy, and it was everybody, that was when Run DMC, when they first came out, and they did Sucker MCs, what was that, 2 years ago, a friend of mine, and they came out there, tore it up, took their record, Jam Master Jay took the record and broke it, and they walked off the stage. That's the first time I saw Run DMC. And I was like, man, and doing a show with Furious 5 and with Soul Sonic Force and with these cats, Don't Disturb This Groove, what's them cats? The System. It ain't even hip hop, but it was good. I was like, yo, that was some good music, man, I'm like, so I loved it. And the Funhouse, when I did the Funhouse, Fantasy 3, we did a show in the Funhouse. It was crazy because they were all bouncing, dum 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 dum. And I was like, yo, I'm like, this. It was a far cry. And when I went to the Fever, I loved the Fever. When we did a show in the Fever, I actually did one myself by myself because they found out who I was, and they had my record. So I did the Buck Stops here in the Fever, and that was good. I did the Buck Stop here in Roxy when I was just hanging out in Roxy, sitting there having some drinks or whatever, and they realized Silver Fox was in the house, and they, yo, man, I got a couple of grand if you could do the Buck Stops here. I'm like, I'm like, yo, dog, you ain't saying nothing. And I did that. So it's like, I got a lot of highlights in my career. And the main thing, too, that I loved, with Fantasy 3, we were based on 134th Street in a club called La Familia, which is the family. And a kid came to see me, at LL Cool J, came down to see me because he was trying to get signed. And my man was like, so we started spitting. We started rapping back and forth, back and forth. Next thing I know, he coming to see me every day because it was like we sitting there studying the philosophy of hip hop. So I took him everywhere. I was big up on him. And my people, because we formed CCL Records, which was, after we disbanded from Specific Records, which I'll go into that, But it's like, my man Chico, the president of CCL Records, I told him to sign this guy. I'm like, he's good, sign him. Boom, boom. He didn't want to do it. He didn't trust me. I took LL I took him down, and I just call him CJ because that LL Cool J was too long for me. I was like, yo, man, I can't keep saying LL Cool, but now it's in everybody's brain. So I'm like, yo, CJ, I took him to Joe Grant's, I took him upstate, White Plains, I took him places. And thank God Rick Rubin found him, and found out how he could hone him and how he could hone his skills and get him some records out there, And so I'm proud to say that my name is on a bunch of their records. Like Cool G Rap got a special dedication to me on his first joint, on Road to Riches, which is like, that's my G right there. So he always gonna big up Fox. So I got that. And it's like, it's just, there's a lot of cats, man, they come to me and they talk to me and we talk hip hop. And that's from everywhere, man, from Utah to Atlantic City people, to my peoples up in Jersey and Savannah, and we talk hip hop, And we talk flows and we talk cadences. We talk what can be done. That's culture. That's the culture of hip hop. The culture of it is the cadence and the blood, not to sit back and be like, yo, man, how can we murk this? How can we get this money? How could we? Nah, man. It's like, how can I make myself better at this? How can I do more with this that I take as my life, that I eat, live, and breathe? You know what I mean? I wake up in the morning going like this because I'm hip hop, you know what I mean? But I got involved. I mean, my family, it's like I'm the eldest. I'm the eldest of my brothers, sisters, cousins, everything. So all they could do was support me because they got no choice. I'm like, I'm the big brother. I'm like, you know what I mean? My mother, me and my mom, I talk to her every day. I love my mother. My mother will support me in anything that I do, long as it's legal. But she will support me in everything I do. And my family, they sat back and they just see it. But it was the early stages of hip hop. So this is like, even when I was making records, when I started doing the records in the 80s and it was being played on BLS and 92 KTU, which don't exist, the New York radio was playing it. So it's like, they really was loving it. So I was getting kudos and I was getting love, but it wasn't like with my family, like, it wasn't really a family thing. It was more or less where I'm doing this on my own. And I've been out on my own, like, since I was 16. So, it didn't matter what people thought, you know what I'm saying? I remember I did a show one time, I gotta mention this because it's real life, that I did a show and I was tired. And somebody said, yo, here, take some of this, put something up, blah, blah, blah. Next thing I know, I'm like, oh, yeah, here we go. You know what I mean? And that's something that could be a trap, that could trap anybody. That's something you got to overcome. And then to move from that is another thing is bad management and bad business. It's like I didn't know anything about the business, which is something that I had to overcome and I had to learn. Because there are too many stories of people that get jerked by having bad contracts, having records not put out, having bad management. That also causes internal conflict if you're in a group. Because if I feel like I'm not getting money and I'm not getting paid, but everybody else is getting paid, I'm gonna be like, why am I not getting paid? And especially within Fantasy 3, because we all had our parts of Fantasy 3. We had to play our positions. So within Fantasy 3, I'm the writer. You know, I'm the guy that was writing the first song. You know, it's Your Rock. I'm the guy that went into Biters in the City. I'm the guy that's going, okay, I want y'all to start writing. I'm the guy that's going, yo, we're going to have to sit down and have meetings and write. So it's like a lot of stuff to overcome is just business-wise. You know, you got to know that you're dealing with the same type of business people like in the street too. Because it's like if somebody could jerk you, they will. If somebody could take advantage of you, they will. If somebody could get you to sign a contract that says, I own all your rights, or your this, or your that, or your that, and they slip it to you and they look at you like, and you sign it, you done. It's because you signed it. You decided to do it. Those are things to overcome, man. I like the fact that my music went globally, like all over the place. And then when I go places and I say, well, you know, I was in this group, a little group called Fantasy 3, and so I go, yo, that was the group that I remember, then I like that. I smile behind it. Or when somebody say, yo, man, you inspire me, you still inspiring me, man. I love it. I go, yeah, bet. Because, you know, I'm mad, I'm an OG in this. And so it's like I covered generations of hip hop. And I'm still doing hip hop. So it's like, and they still respecting my music, respecting my new music, respect my old music, and respect me as the person I am because I'm gonna be me. You know what I mean? So it's like, I love it. I love that I touched MCs in Georgia. There was an MC, rest in peace, my man Camouflage in Georgia from Pure Pain Records. He got signed to Universal Records. And then he got shot. But I felt good that I got to know him. There's a guy named Kid Sadistic who was up in San Diego. And, you know, he passed away. He's from Utah. And he passed. And I'm glad that I got to know him because he got me to know more people. This guy Jay Mack up in Utah, up in San Diego. And Isaac Cook in Utah. And I've got shows booked and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, man, these guys. And the guy in Atlantic City, X, my man Big Doc, we did a album together called the New Millennium Album. And they didn't realize, cause they looking at me like, who's this old dude, man? He gonna pull. And then all of a sudden, I start blazing out. Super fast, son, I ain't chipped out or whipped out, put me in the crowd, and I sticks out like a fat chick with the tits out. Yeah, I'm clicked out, all about putting hits out. My man said, spit it out or get it out, and I spits out. Verbal funky like feces, man, I'm hungry like a beast bee. Can I eat? I gotta rap like an insomniac, never sleepy. Mad ladies love me deeply, chickens wanna freak me soon as they meet me. Oh, fake MCs on the bigs trying to verbally murder me. I did that like abortions, you don't know me. I blaze trees with gorillas and chimpanzees, laughing often at these little monkeys. Empty wannabes, I be in places you never gonna see. From NYC to Atlantic City, better known as AC. From Philly to DC, they heard of me. So funky, I'm smelling, yelling, get from in front of me like my name was Chuck D from the PE. But who be I? Emerging from the smoke, a chocolate tie, red eye, coming with that and fish out. But it goes on, man. I'm like, it's like, you know, so if I start doing stuff like that, they're gonna be like, yo, dude, whoa. So you know what I mean? It's like, I gotta stay on point lyrically. First, I did it my way. I do what I do, man. And it's like, and I'm a no holds barred MC. I'm a guy, I'm a no holds barred MC. And I cover the gamut. I cover the whole thing from positivity and sometimes negative. Sometimes you gotta take it to the club. Sometimes you gotta take it to the school. Sometimes you gotta take it to grown and sexy. Sometimes for the little kid. Sometimes, you know. So it's like I go into different gamut in my hip hop, in my music. And the thing is that I am a musician. I mean, I studied music in college. You know, I studied the Baroque period, Romantic period, the whole periods of music. I studied percussion. I had a scholarship from Manhattan School of Music, which I attended on percussion. So it's like I read music, I know sight singing, ear training, all of that. So above all, I'm a musician, and I utilize my voice as my instrument. So what I want them to know, what I want to leave behind is that I love to speak to children, and I love to make a positive impact. And I don't want to advocate drugs and violence and sex. It's like, that's too easy. There's more stuff to talk about. And it's like they're running out of stuff. But it's like there's more things to do. There's more things to talk about. And if it means that I would not be a multi-millionaire because I'm not saying, yo, man, I got the Maybach, I got the car, and I got sex, drugs, rock and roll. So be it. I'm good. I have vicariously touched the world through a lot of MCs because they use me as a foundation. And I ain't trying to prove nothing. A lot of times, man, I'll be being silent about it because I don't want to be blowing my horn. But then we doing the interview, and that's what it's for. So it's like, man, G-Rap, I'm his foundation. So anybody that's a foundation that uses G-Rap as their foundation, I'm your foundation. LL Cool J, I'm his foundation. So it's like, these are some of the two major artists in hip hop, LL Cool J and Cool G Rap. And at the time, when they were both doing their thing. So it's like, it shows though, the versatility. One is a showman and one is a street. So it's like, I got all of that. I got showman and I got street in me.